You have to fill out your name and email just to get a profile in there, and that's really all. It's not full of spam. There's no haters. There's no bots in there. It's really designed to just inspire and empower young marketers.
Welcome to the very first episode of the Leadership Cafe podcast, and cheers. If you're watching this on video, you'll see that both of us have our coffee mugs, our favorite coffee mugs. I am not your host. My name is Lane Taylor, and I have your host, Sally Mildren, here of the Leadership Cafe podcast. I'm so excited to sit alongside Sally as she launches this show, and I see the vision behind it. I have an opportunity to get to launch many shows, and I get to record episodes like this, but this one is one that I am extremely aligned with, and I'm so excited to share this pilot episode with you all, introduce you to Sally, put her on the hot seat before she gets you all on the hot seat, and I'm so excited to sit here and sip coffee with her. It is early in the morning where both of us are, and I'm so excited to welcome Sally into her show. The Leadership Cafe podcast is going to be where marketing leaders in nonprofits, rural health, and small business gather to brew bold ideas and roast the competition. Marketing strategist who you are going to hear from, Sally Mildren, is going to be your host, and she is going to deliver bite-sized strategies, candid conversations, and industry insight for leading with confidence and making real impact. So, Sally, welcome to your show. Welcome to your podcast. So excited to have you here, and I'm excited to have some coffee with you.
Yeah, cheers. That's awesome. Thanks. Thanks for helping me launch this and for helping host the very first episode. I'm really excited about the Leadership Cafe. It's been a kind of a passion project idea for years. After decades of being an executive leader in marketing, it's so in my heart to want to share and empower and help new and young leaders and small teams to be even more effective in their role as marketing leaders in their companies. So this is what Leadership Cafe is all about. Excited.
I love that. Yeah, so maybe a little bit of the why behind it. You know, when I get to collaborate and partner with individuals that launch a show, it's so interesting because there's always this big why behind it. And I want to unwrap that for the listeners that are going to listen to this because there's only so many hours in the day. And so I want to kind of dig the onion back a little bit, peel it back and say, okay, why Sally? Why this show? Why now?
Mhm. Sure. Well, the thing I've observed and certainly have lived in my own experience is that so many marketers are superb, brilliant, innovative individual contributors. And that gets the attention. And then you get the promotion, and now you are supervising a team. And in almost zero settings where I got a promotion from starting at marketing specialist up to a vice president of a Fortune 40 company, there was not support or training or resources beyond don't say this and fill out your forms this way and the legal things you can't do as a leader. But there really was no true mentorship or ideas on how do I lead people and lead them well. And certainly in today's world where there are more generations in the workforce than there have ever been historically, and every generation is a little bit differently. I think in 72% of companies, the leaders now that are primarily millennials, which is amazing. They bring so much to the table, but how do they lead a Gen X or a Gen Z? Or how do they deal with the challenges and the pressures of being an effective leader of people in today's world? So that is the primary driving passion behind this Leadership Cafe, and it will be full of advice and tips and help for you as a leader, but also thoughts about leading well in today's very challenging times.
What do you feel like when it comes to leading in these challenging times? What do you feel like are some of the things that the listener is going to walk away with? because you did say leading in these challenging times. Give us some examples of what you've seen or why you think so. And you've already recorded some episodes, which is kind of cool because you've got a flavor of like, hey, what's coming here? So how would you think about that?
Well, when you're in the throes of leading a marketing team or even just leading the marketing function, maybe you don't have people under you and this is a perfect spot for you as well. It's hard to keep up on all of the changes and even just geopolitically, the changes that have been happening in the last year for rural health, for nonprofits who are part of the organizations that we help support, things are changing every single day. And it's very hard to keep up on the nuances of those changes and the impact they have on how you execute marketing for your organization. Strategically, there are consumers are different now than they were before COVID. There still is leftovers of how people interact, how they're engaging, how they are being, and the expectations that they have for business. So people will leave these lessons with really tangible insights from what do I need a rebrand or do I just need to fix my messaging to what do I need to do to help motivate my remote workforce? Or maybe you're challenged with, I don't know if my strategy is working. That's a reality for a lot of marketing people. They stay busy and they have no idea if what they're doing is working. And so we'll teach them how to make sure you're making impact, that you can measure it, how to talk about that in your organization, up, down, and across the organization, so that the marketing function is elevated and supported and budgeted for. And the other thing is that Leadership Cafe community itself, that is connected to this podcast, is full of all our resources, white papers, worksheets, templates. All the things we've used in our career for decades are available to the listeners and the members of the Leadership Cafe.
Yeah, so talk about the community a little bit. You've shared it with me. So yeah, so talk about that. Talk about the community, like what it is, the vision behind it, and how this is maybe just an extension of it. Maybe walk the listeners through that.
Sure. Sure. So the Leadership Cafe is a online community. It's built intentionally not on social media because let's face it, social media is a lot. There's a lot of drama, there's a lot of distraction. And so we've set up a free community on a platform called Circle. And it's open to anybody who's small and solo teams, who's a new leader, who's maybe just starting off, or just wants to find a tribe of people who are supportive and in the same place. So we're doing monthly trainings in there. We have resources, we have little mini courses, and we've got a chat so you can ask questions, you can connect with professionals. We have people from all over the globe in there so far. It's new, and it's really exciting to see people come and say, "I'm stuck on this," or, "Does anyone have a whatever?" It's kind of a phone a friend in a safe space that is non-judgmental. It's not public, so if you have questions about the environment you're working within, sometimes it's hard to know, where can I ask this question and not jeopardize myself? So that's what the community is all about, is networking, about resources, about learning, and a safe place to come get support or bounce ideas off of people.
Yeah, and I think that's so incredible, and what's cool about the way that you have set this up is the podcast feeds into the community, and the community is where really there's a ton of value. Obviously, you're gonna be able to give value on the podcast and the show as well. There's a cool premise behind it as far as the Leadership Cafe. So if someone is listening to this first episode and they are 10 minutes in, it's okay. Hey, this podcast is, we get people are we get coughing. It's okay. I promise you, it's part of the real world podcasting world that we live in here. So if someone's listening to this right now and they're like, "Oh, this sounds like a really good idea. She's talking to me a little bit." What would you say, Sally, to that person that may be listening to this right now that you are describing them? Like, who is the exact person that needs to listen to this? Because obviously you're adding this value and you know that the people need this. Like, who is that person?
Well, I would say they are newer or younger leaders or maybe aspiring leaders in marketing and sales and communications. It may be an individual who's on a small or a solo marketing team. Often nonprofits or small healthcare or other small businesses have one person who's wearing all the hats. And so people who are looking to expand both their practical marketing knowledge, the effectiveness of their work, but need a tribe of people that they can lean to, this is really for them. One example, I just did a presentation. It was from the Leadership Cafe. They saw it and asked me to present to their entire sales team about how to be a resilient leader in today's world. And so that's a really practical message. This was a team of 13, but they're young and they're hungry and they wanna grow and become a marketing leader. So for me, it's primarily those folks, new and young or all by themselves and looking for support and help to stay up to date and relevant.
So good. The passion behind it, the heart behind it, the value behind it. I know it's going to be an asset to a lot of individuals, and I'm excited to be a part of this on the back end. And so, with that, any parting words? I've got a couple of few questions. I want to get to know you a little bit better, and I want the audience to get to know you a little bit better with some rapid questions. But anything before, as far as a leadership cafe podcast, anything else you want to add for the listeners? And it's okay if not, obviously. But where can people maybe find the Leadership Cafe community, direct people there, LinkedIn, Instagram, like kind of give people the directions if you can?
Simply, it's theleadershipcafe.com, has all the information there. We will be cross-sharing our podcasts there as well, and it's a simple little link. You get taken to Circle. You have to fill out your name and email just to get a profile in there, and that's really all. It's not full of spam, there's no haters, there's no bots in there. It's really designed to just inspire and empower young marketers, and truly, the guests that we're having on the podcast are some of my favorite people in my career who are just so alive and innovative in the things that they do, whether it's a leadership lesson or branding or marketing or authors of books. I love interviewing these folks because there's such rich nuggets for
Mm.
everybody, personally as the leader and as the marketer, but also as an effective leader of other humans, which is really the heart. We want to help humans lead humans better and with more compassion, more effectiveness, and spread more kindness in the world.
Amen. I don't know if we need to go any further than that. Amen. I'm excited. I'm excited for the guests to come on here. I'm excited to see the growth forward, and I'm backing it 100%. So with that rapid fire, a lot of people, I love these questions just because I want to get to know you a little bit better. I mean, these are one word answers, one sentence answers just to before we land the plane here. So with that, what is Sally's favorite book?
Ooh, I love a lot of books. Currently, I'm reading Love and Work by Marcus Buckingham, and it's so good. It's talking about how we have taken what lights people up out of the workplace and just are kind of marching in order, and how to reconnect that passion for the gifts in the people you're leading and how effective that is in the business. So for the moment, that's my favorite book.
Incredible. You are on a deserted island and you can only have one meal for the rest of your life every single day. What would it be?
Cheese, cheddar cheese, charcuterie plate for sure.
Cheddar cheese. Incredible. I love that. Do you like any sports? Anything you like to watch on television? Play any sports?
I was an athlete. I did lots of sports, soccer, track, swimming, gymnastics. My husband's a huge sports fan, so it is all sports all the time, but mostly college football is my very favorite to watch.
And we're aligned there. Look at that. We have so much in alignment here. Saturdays at our house, my beautiful bride it's on at 8 a.m. for college game day, and we mow through the day all day long, and it's a fun time. So,
Well, and
our last.
school at WSU, which has the game day flag that shows up for like 400 games now. So we aren't very good at football, though. We have our flag at every college game day.
We have that flag. I'm gonna tell you a story offline here, about college game day and my son, and Lee Corso, so I'm gonna tell you that
Oh,
offline here because I don't wanna take the airtime here. But okay, last question for you, Leadership Cafe podcast. Right now, what would be your one tip that you would give someone that may be a leader or an aspiring leader just today? Your tips are gonna go throughout all these episodes, but any tip that you would give, anyone that's listening to this right now?
yes. COVID taught us to kind of withdraw, do things on our own, be online on our own. And that is not the path to effective leadership. You have to be in relationship, networking, and learning from other people in order to continue to grow and to be the most successful in your role.
So good. That is so good, and I would concur with that. I would concur with that. And so, Sally, it's been an honor to help you get this thing off of the ground. It's been really fun to be able to sit here and have this first episode, and I'm excited to see what comes of this, how this evolves, and thank you for allowing me to sit here in this seat. So I will say this, and then Sally's gonna say it on future episodes, but I'm gonna say it here today. What really helps Sally's mission, community, and vision is going to be 5-star ratings and 5-star reviews on the platforms, whether you're on Apple, Spotify, YouTube. Go give her that 5 stars and ratings and a 5-star review. That always is going to help her. So go do that for Sally. And until next time on the Leadership Cafe podcast, thank you, Sally, and we'll see you next episode.
All right. Thank you. Cheers.
Cheers.